Monday only available, sunset shot of Black 6, taken down by the American War Museum in a beautiful sunset setting, signed by 3 of the pilots who fly it. Unfortunately, the 4th pilot is not here today, but they are £5 each.
Aaron flies the aircraft from the right to left across the crowd line. Chance for some good photographs. Spitfire or Spitfires based on this airfield really almost continuously since 1938.
Willie Hackett in the 25 Squadron F3, just about to put it straight into its paces once he starts his takeoff row. Now the German high-speed pass, 600 knots, 100 feet, and then into a vertical climb straight up to 6,500 feet.
I'm getting at David about navigators, as that was his role on cameras at one stage before he saw the light and went to air traffic control instead.
Is some 18G, and that was a formation change as Brian rolls inverted, John sliding into mirror formation immediately underneath him. John pulling out underneath him. Now, John's actually trying to aim at the bottom tailplane there. Brian will be pulling up to start his solo part of the display while John moves away from us. And Brian's beginning with the torque roll. Now, the aircraft hanging on the propeller. The only thing keeping the aircraft rolling here is the torque from the propeller. The propeller creates a spiral of air back down the fuselage.
The machine you see is an S1. It has 4 ailerons, 2 on the top wing, 2 on the lower wing, which gives it a very impressive roll rate.
I suspect they are heading for a break. A light thunder is something like 200 miles an hour. They weren't designed to it's 90% of this operation. The original aim was to get out over these front lines and crossing the air with the Rolls-Royce low ranges.
owned by the old-time machine company, but changed hands just recently, and it appears today as courtesy of the new owner. And for that, I have to say, Ron Davis, thank you very much indeed. We do appreciate that, and very kind of you to let Ray display. Thank you for that.
Yes, it's been seen at Duxford for some time, this B51, but it's nice to have it coming back again. Painted the markings, as I said, of the 78 fighter group. Same markings, figures of doll, are carried by the B51, rather than specified. The Wildcat is being flown today by the Proudfoot. After France had fallen, so the fleet arm took these aircraft with gratitude. And as I said, they called them Market Mark 1s, and they first equipped number 804 squadron. Oh, pull up, yes. Oh, he has them. I'm not sure how much Mr. Veritas has blown the Tiger off the floor, but he seems to be performing in a most unusual manner. Yeah, no. He seems to be, yes, is he coming round the land? No, he's still going away from us at the moment. Apparently from the notes we've had his last public flight off, just a couple of final days in 1997. According to my notes, the Tempest family became this Eastern connection because a female member of the Tempest family undertook the grand tour of the Middle East in the late 19th century. And she was swept off her feet by a dashing sheikh from the desert, got married and started a family, which 40 years later resulted in Yasser and very fat spurs. I'm only reading these notes. I think he's trying to land again. I think he's trying to land. Yes, he's definitely landing.
The B-17, Sammy B, is down at the holding point for the runway, just running up, getting ready to get airborne, and that will be followed just following downstairs in front of the Chesterton, and also domestic 109, which we are hoping very much will get airborne. We're going to start her up, we're going to taxi out, the pilot's going to have a look at the crosswind and then make a judgment as to whether or not he will in fact fly. went straight out to the North African desert to the Luftwaffe out in North Africa called Duxford. It was the first 109G to fall into Allied hands, and as such it was a considerable advance on the earlier models. And the person who captured it was an Australian engineering officer, and he had ideas about packing it up in his gun bag and taking it back to Australia. But the Allied commanders had other ideas, and it was brought very quickly to the United Kingdom, where it formed part of the enemy aircraft evaluation flight at Coney Western. In the aeroplane, the stage flew as RM-228. So we'll take it out to have a look at that. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, classic 109G2, black and for tropical, and 10639 is the worst number, is airborne, and we all hope. So very, very strongly that it is not for the last time. 47 and the Corsair, who are gigantic in comparison to the Spitfire, but the 109 is tinier still, and really is just built entirely for speed and manoeuvrability. One big engine, and the rest of it is the... Charlie's got on the back of the 109. He's got the Air Chief Marshal in his sights. The safety of the aircraft if it continues to fly. I can definitely tell you that that is not the case. The decision is awaited, of course, but if it is made, it will be nothing to do with the serviceability of the aeroplane. The aeroplane remains, as you can see, fully serviceable in absolutely tremendous fettle, and indeed there are adequate spares and a very dedicated work team to look after it, to keep it flying, if indeed that will be the final decision.
Towel go up, is about it? There's his battery. I saw the towel come up.
You have a safe, suitable journey home. Thank you very much.